perhaps just an observation for your talk, Matthias. You've got, you selected stocks from the S&P 500 index in 2013, and then you took the data back to 2007. So you're running a bit of a risk of selection bias there. I mean, the stocks go in and out of the S&P 500, as you know.
Yes, that's right.
So
yeah, you have.
just got this,
yeah, it's a little bit of a bias. Yeah,
yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
What
can we do? Yeah, we took all that there was in the throughout the time.
You have to understand that when you give a paper on econometrics, everybody will say, "Why didn't you do something different?"
Okay. But S&P is actually the best you can do. You know, everywhere else in the world, we just took everything there is. Yeah, but maybe we should, you know, kind of. Yeah. Oh, I know statistical tricks what you should do. Yeah, if you want to improve. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
Yeah, actually, obviously, many people are looking at different data, Google, Wikipedia, but also, and increasingly and dominantly, maybe the tweets from Twitter, for instance, so scraping data, and actually, well, I don't like to make publicity, but we have some functions on the Bloomberg terminal, so it's called social. It's just. Yeah, usually I don't show things, but it's a social velocity, and where typically every day you see the number of positive tweets or negative tweets or neutral ones. So it means this classification itself comes from support vector machines. I mean, different things of machine learning. So it's just to say that yes, it is widespread in the community and increasingly used and followed.
Yeah, that's exactly what I confirm. Agree.
Okay. Another question?
Yes, for Carol.
Okay.
Just a comment. There is a paper by Enrique Santana, I believe it's 2008 or 7, Journal of Econometrics, that has an optimal mean variance skewness portfolio in the sense of Markowitz using a skew normal distribution, okay, and it's very beautiful paper. But additionally to that, we can talk later, because I'm working with Professor Broda in calculating moments, okay, untruncated moments of multivariate generalized hyperbolic distributions. Probably that you can put that into the expression.
Yeah, I have
because
the 3 first moments for now.
Yes, we have that.
Get out of the dark pool and come forward so that we can see.
So let's talk later.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, we need to. You need to give me the exact reference, but yeah.
Also for Carol, but a general remark, I joined Freddy Delban in renaming law invariant to law determined, saying it's determined by the probability law. I think it's
Law determined?
law determined, he calls it.
Okay, there's also state independence. Some
Okay.
people call these state independent references.
Yeah, okay. And then I want to do some advertisement for my friends. So the new edition of the book by McNeil, Frey and Embrechts is out. It was...
So I need to update the date.
You update
Okay.
add 10 years to the reference and that's fine.
Yeah, so for Carol, you know when you have the 3-fund theorem, do you have an intuition about this third fund, the composition, or because you have cash, like I guess maybe the market?
Yeah, you have the same. The first fund we find is the same as the one you find in mean variance, and then you have this second fund, which is.
But what is it? Is it long? Do you allow for short position, or?
I think it can be both.
And so maybe it's a long short, or do you know?
We haven't done it yet.
Okay.
But for sure, and it's a fund that is really driven by the skewness that you get in in your family. So I think there is a story behind, but we haven't got the story complete yet. Yeah.
Yeah, for Carol as well. If you use a family of, if your distributions are assumed to be in a family of defined by n parameters, does it mean that you will have an n-fund theorem?
So you need a family defined by n parameters that is stable by affine.
Yes.
So and then you stay within this family and you always have n parameters that characterize the family. And I think then you will get n form theorem because you can maximize one of these parameters or one of these characterization subject to all the others. And then you get Lagrangian, and we get 2 Lagrangian, you will get n Lagrangian, n minus 1 Lagrangian.
Yeah, something else. The numeral portfolio maximizes the log utility. And do you remember if there are some distributional assumptions? Maybe Nicole knows that. Yeah, the numeral portfolio. Yeah, the numeral portfolio maximizes the log utility. Yes, and but does it require some distributional assumptions?
I think it's a setting where it's dynamic portfolio, but I don't think it's by definition. It's not like no. I think it doesn't require strong assumption at least.
Yeah, so it means it should be in the two-fund separation theorem. Actually, when we say two-fund separation theorem, so you have a cash, and we may have any portfolio on a line. Actually, yeah, it's not a single one that is singled out because you can express actually any.
But I think it's you're
yeah,
not
but
linear.
my point is that the numeral portfolio is unique, and it's probably pinpointing a relevant one on the line of possible portfolios that would lead to the two-fund separation. When I said it's not a unique portfolio in the two-fund separation theorem beyond cash, it's just that basically it states that all optimal investments are belonging to a line. I mean, combinations of two portfolios. So you could have taken any other portfolio on the same line to generate the optimal ones. But it seems that the numeral portfolio is a good candidate to pinpoint one specific one.
Yeah, I have to check, but for me, you're not a linear, like the optimal portfolio of like some utilities. If you take log utility, it will be different, but if you take like any utility, it will not be linear in the numeral portfolio. It will be a function of the linear portfolio, but an increasing function of the, or a decreasing function of the numeraire. And this decreasing function is not linear, so it's not characterized by one parameter. So this is because it's dynamic portfolio, I think, behind. Its setting is a bit different, but I have to check if I can build more connection with that. Yeah.
Oui. I think the main assumption is the invariant by affine transformation.
Yeah.
Because
It's a very strong assumption.
very strong. That is the reason that we can reduce your optimization problem.
But in some sense, you can build this affine. If you find a family of distribution, and then you construct all the family, like the enlarged family that contain all the transformation, like all the affine combination, then you can have a family, like you can construct this family that is stable by affine transformation.
Yes.
Like, but then it will depend on more than 3 parameters. And that's where, like, we need to stop at some point where do we stop and we say that for a one-dimensional density, we are happy with the fit that you get from a multivariate hyperbolic distribution.
Sorry,
The last question.
Last question. You may have said this and I was asleep. I mean, you have this strong condition about the sort of invariance of the distribution and sort of the marginals and all this kind of thing. I mean, is there a characterization of the possible joint laws that have this property, or?
in the case where it's mu plus sigma z, where it's really like the simple case, multivariate elliptical distribution is characterized by the stability by affine transformation.
So that's the only possibility.
Yeah, it's a if and only if, and I think Chamberlain, 1983, proves that already. But for the multivariate hyperbolic distribution, I'm not sure if this form is characterized. Maybe it is. I just thought about this question recently, and I haven't worked on it yet. But that might be a if and only if that you get in this family.
So thank you very much. Thank for the speaker. And